I'm gonna just torture everyone out there watching this.
Hi, we're the Care Kids.
Our parents are crazy. They want to take us on a year-long trip.
They call it an empathy expedition.
We're traveling the states to discover what makes us united.
50 states and 52 weeks.
And I saw you, 'cause I wanna be like the wind. I wanna run with you. Oh, we can be wolves, howling at the great white moon. I wanna be by your side when you light up the sky for the world to see. Run, 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 run with me.
Tennessee has over 50,000 miles of streams. Mom, it's so pretty here. There's a lot of live music and there's a lot of bars, but still, it's really fun. I love it.
This is Monell's. It's a famous restaurant here in Nashville. We're having a feast. It's like a feast.
My name is Colleen Cook. I've been working at Monell's for 20 years.
And what was on the menu today for breakfast?
Country ham, sausage, bacon, cheese grits, potatoes, fried cinnamon apples, pancakes, eggs, fried chicken, biscuits, sweet rolls, peach preserves, gravy.
I now officially love Southern food. Not like I did before, it's just I haven't had a lot of Southern food. And this is like first really Southern breakfast. First Southern breakfast.
Yeah, seriously,
I really like
this
biscuits and gravy.
Country gravy and biscuits. These are like the fluffiest biscuits I've ever had.
They're awesome.
This place was built back in 1880, and we have been here 23 years since Thanksgiving. This area around here is Germantown. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods in Nashville. It was established back in 1795. We have mansions back here that are built from 1830 on. Yeah, so it's a very safe area to walk around. A lot of people like to walk their dogs. Right down the street, it's called Cupcake Collection if you're in the mood to get some cupcakes. Michael King and Bill Monell started this place. That's where Monell's comes from. Bill had the recipes, Michael King had the credit cards. A few years later, Bill Monell and Michael King just found different ways of having to run a restaurant. So Michael King, with the heavy heart, bought out Bill Monell, but it's still Monell's.
Grand Ole Opry.
What did you think, Adam Roy?
Because these are like nice.
If I could have taken another one.
Called Goo Buttons.
So the original Goo Goo Cluster is pretty much the same recipe now. It has roasted peanuts, caramel, marshmallow flavored nougat, all covered in milk chocolate. And it was the nation's very first combination candy bar, so that's why it's pretty famous.
Okay, so we are gonna try
Goo Goo
clusters.
Goo Goo Clusters. I've never heard of them before.
Okay. Oh, they're bigger than I thought they would be.
They started here in Nashville in 1912, actually right downtown, started by Howell Campbell Sr.
Bum bum. The first one opened.
So,
I like the whole one. I like the whole one.
Still going strong. You know, in the South it's very popular. North, you know, out west, you may not get a lot of people that know about it, but here in the South it's very popular. People love it. It was a sponsor of the Grand Ole Opry for over 50 years, so it has a lot of roots in Music City.
I'm gonna just torture everyone out there watching this.
Deliciousy.
The 1950s says it would be a nutritious lunch. What do you guys think? Would you like to have one of those for lunch?
I would like one, but it's not really nutritious.
Sounds good. So it's not like your average marshmallow. It's even like fluffy. It's more like a.
It's nougat. It's marshmallow flavored nougat. That's what she said.
That was pretty fantastic.
It is, huh?
So this is my studio,
Wow.
and this is where I work. And just today, I was working on this piece down here that had to lay flat to dry because I like to sprinkle a lot of stuff on it. But now that it's not actually dry, but it's dry enough that I could pick it up. So we'll just leave it up over here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, thanks. So this is Betty.
What's the history of Betty?
Oh my goodness. Betty has, she belonged to an old friend of mine in college named Peter, who I think got her probably in Mississippi because he was an English guy who bought all kinds of junk in Mississippi and just thought it was amazing. You know, like he'd have some old Corvette and some old this and old that. And he gave it to another friend named Sonny. And Sonny gave it to my friends Ken and Joe. And so Betty lived at Ken and Joe's for a long time. And they moved to Seattle and said, we can't move Betty, you know, we need to sell her. Does anybody want Betty? And so I said, I'll take Betty. And so she has been through.
I can see she's cold.
Yes, that's her. She's cold and very fashionable. So she has her scarf on all the time. But I was always the kid that painted. So all through school, you know, high school and everything, I was the art kid. And then I went to college in Memphis and I got a bachelor's in painting with a minor in ceramics. So I can throw pottery too, which I really love. I wish I had a pottery studio also. And then I kind of got scared that I wouldn't be able to make a living. You know, people are like, oh, art, you'll never make a living. You know this comment. So I got a master's in education and I taught school for a while and I taught elementary school. And after, you know, several years of teaching elementary school, you know, even overseas and everything, I was just like, my plan B turned into my only plan. You know, I never even gave art a shot. So I quit teaching. And I had like a tax return, you know, like my $1,000 tax return. I went, all right, I'm gonna be an artist. And so I started, and at first I didn't know how I was going to do it and make a living with it and everything like that. And I started doing a painting a day and emailing them out. This was before social media or anything. And I would just do a little bitty painting. I have some actually, I'll show you. Like, here's a little bitty painting I did of a potted plant. And I would paint it in the morning and send it out on an email, and I would sell them for $100. And so some of them I sold, obviously, not the little potted plant, but I did it for about 8 months. So it was a lot of paintings. And that kind of kept me going financially enough. You know, I was just living in a little apartment, you know, in a really cheap part of town. But it sort of got me also painting really well, because if you paint every single morning, you get really good at it. So we get really addicted to that idea of the success of it and how it's going to be, and that the truth is that you will fail the first time you do it, but just do it anyway, because if you try it and fail, you know 100% more than you did before you even tried it, you know? So I do think people get stuck a lot because they get scared of failing. And so I guess another piece of it is just not to let what you make be too precious. You know, like do it every day, let it be messy. And after you do it, try to, if you can't sell it, give it away, paint it, do something else with it, because that way it just keeps it flowing out there. And I think when your energy and your work flows out, more ideas can come to you, you know? So, yeah.
You get kind of stuck in perfectionism, don't you think, with anything, right? And
I
then you
really
just start
do.
to, procrastinate. And
I
wait
really
and-
do.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just
I feel like we have a channel, you know, like to something where our ideas come from, you know, this beautiful, divine channel. And if you don't keep things moving through it, you don't get any new stuff, you know, so you gotta just work every day on something and get it out there in the world, and then try your next idea and try your next idea. Once you're doing this stuff, little things will happen, and it may be a little small thing, but it all supports you, you know, as you're an artist and you're trying to make your art. But none of it ever happens unless you get started, you know. Like when I had Katie Jane and I had a new baby, you know how it is, it's like, I thought I would just paint all the time. Like Jonathan is 13, he's my stepson, so I didn't have to have him and have a newborn or anything. I got him when he was 6, you know, he came to live with us. So I didn't know how that went. And some days all I could do was just get the paint on this. Like if I could just put the paint on this, I know I might have a moment. And some days I just got paint on that, and then at night I would put the plastic on the top. And that was all that happened. But if I didn't get the paint on there to use, then, you know, I couldn't even get anything started. So I think it's just stay active and just do it. And you can be very successful, because the thing that you love is going to bring you a lot more success than the thing that you won't mind doing if you have to. Just draw every day. And when you get to college and you want to be an art major, but you're scared to, just do it. Just follow your dream. And if you want to be an artist, just go for it, because you only get to do it once. And it's easier to do it when you're younger and you don't have kids.